Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to learn English through a very special story. This is the story of Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists who ever lived. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy the story. Let's begin. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879. He was born in a small city called Ulm in Germany. His family was simple. His father's name was Hermann. His mother's name was Pauline. Albert was a quiet child. The word quiet means not making much noise. He did not talk much when he was very young. In fact, he did not speak his first words until he was almost 3 years old. His parents were worried. The word worried means feeling that something bad might happen. They thought something was wrong with him. But Albert was not slow. He was just different. He liked to think deeply about things. The word deeply means in a serious and careful way. He liked to sit quietly and ask questions in his mind. One of his favorite questions was, what would it feel like to ride on a beam of light? A beam of light is a ray of light, like sunlight coming through a window. This was not a normal question for a child. But Albert was not a normal child. When Albert started school, his teachers did not like him very much. Why? Because Albert asked too many questions. He did not just accept what his teachers said. He always wanted to know why. The word accept means to believe something is true without questioning it. His teachers thought he was difficult and disrespectful. The word disrespectful means not showing respect to someone. One teacher even told him, "You will never amount to anything." That means you will never be successful in life. But Albert did not stop thinking. He did not stop asking questions. At home, his uncle Jakob gave him a book about algebra. Algebra is a type of mathematics that uses letters and symbols. Albert loved it. He called it a little book of puzzles. He also taught himself geometry at age 12. Geometry is the mathematics of shapes and spaces. Albert was not a bad student. He was just a different kind of thinker. When Albert was 15 years old, his family moved to Italy. But Albert had to stay in Germany to finish school. He was alone. He was unhappy. He did not like the strict German school system. The word strict means having many rules and demanding obedience. So one day, Albert made a big decision. He left school. He dropped out. Dropped out means he left school before finishing. He went to Italy to be with his family. After some time, he tried to enter a university in Switzerland. The university was called ETH Zurich. He failed the entrance exam the first time. An entrance exam is a test you take to enter a school or university. Yes, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in history, failed his university entrance exam. But he did not give up. Give up means to stop trying. He studied harder. He tried again. And the next year, he was accepted. This is an important lesson. Failure is not the end. Failure is part of the journey. Albert graduated from university in 1900. Graduated means he finished his studies and received his degree. But finding a job was not easy. He applied for many teaching positions. No one hired him. Finally, in 1902, he got a job at a patent office in Bern, Switzerland. A patent office is a place where people officially register their new inventions. An invention is something new that someone creates. Albert's job was simple. He read descriptions of new inventions and checked if they were original. It was not a glamorous job. The word glamorous means exciting and impressive. But Albert was happy. Why? Because he had free time to think. In his spare time, after work on weekends, he wrote scientific papers. Spare time means free time when you are not working. He was thinking about light, energy, space, and time. Nobody knew it yet. But Albert Einstein was about to change the world. The year 1905 is called Einstein's miracle year. In German, it is called Annus Mirabilis. A miracle is something amazing that seems impossible, but it happens. In just 1 year, Albert published 4 major scientific papers. Published means he made them available for other people to read. Each one of those papers changed the way we understand the world. Let's talk about the most famous one. Albert wrote a paper called On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies. Inside this paper was a very short but very powerful equation. An equation is a mathematical statement that shows two things are equal. The equation was E equals mc². Let's understand this simply. E means energy. M means mass, the amount of matter in an object. C means the speed of light. This equation tells us that energy and mass are the same thing, just in different forms. It also tells us that even a tiny amount of mass contains an enormous amount of energy. Enormous means very, very large. This was a completely new idea. It was hard for people to believe at first. But slowly, scientists began to understand. Albert Einstein had just explained something fundamental about the universe. Fundamental means basic and very important. For several years, most scientists did not pay attention to Albert's work. He was just a young man working at a patent office. Who was he? But slowly, other great scientists began reading his papers. They were amazed. By 1909, Albert was offered a position as a professor at the University of Zurich. A professor is a teacher at a university. He left the patent office. His scientific career had finally begun. Over the next 10 years, Albert continued his work. He developed a new theory, the theory of general relativity. This theory explained how gravity works. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward each other. The theory said that massive objects like the sun or the earth bend space and time around them. This idea was tested in 1919 during a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is when the moon moves in front of the sun and blocks its light. Scientists measured light from stars passing near the sun. The light was bent, exactly as Einstein had predicted. Predicted means he said what would happen before it actually happened. Newspapers around the world reported the news. Lights all askew in the heavens, wrote the New York Times. Overnight, Albert Einstein became the most famous scientist in the world. Fame did not make Albert's life easy. In the 1930s, Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany. Hitler's government targeted Jewish people. Albert Einstein was Jewish. In 1933, while Albert was visiting the United States, the Nazis took away his German citizenship. Citizenship is the legal right to be a member of a country. He could not return home. Albert made a difficult decision. He stayed in America. He got a position at Princeton University in New Jersey. He never returned to Germany. This was a painful time for Albert. But he did not let sadness stop him. He continued his work. He continued to think, to write, and to teach. He also wrote a famous letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He warned the president that Germany might be developing a nuclear weapon. A nuclear weapon is a bomb that uses atomic energy and causes massive destruction. Destruction means the act of completely destroying something. This letter helped start the Manhattan Project, the American program to build the atomic bomb. Albert later said he regretted this. Regretted means he felt sorry about something from the past. He was a man of peace. He never wanted his science to be used to hurt people. Albert Einstein died on April 18, 1955. He was 76 years old. He died in Princeton, New Jersey. He had asked that his funeral be simple and private. He did not want to become a monument or a symbol. He just wanted to be remembered as a man who loved to think. Today, his name is known everywhere in the world. His face is one of the most recognized faces in history. His equation, E equals mc², is perhaps the most famous equation ever written. But what can we learn from his life? We learn that it is okay to be different. We learn that failure is not the end. We learn that curiosity, the desire to ask questions, is the most powerful tool a person can have. Einstein himself once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the story of Albert Einstein. And I hope your English got a little bit better today. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. A new story is coming very soon. Until next time, keep learning, keep thinking, and never stop asking questions. Goodbye.